Ugh. I know. I wish, like, my biggest thing is, like, that's the fearful way to do it, is to take your own life rather than face the consequences. Like, don't be you know.
Yeah, over that. I've been there, though. I've been there. I've been not over, like, I've never hurt somebody else like that. But I've been there wanting to take my life. And the thoughts run through your head. It's a horrible feeling. But he did something like that. I don't know what.
He did something unforgivable.
Yeah, I don't know what I would have done in that situation because I can't even put myself in that situation.
Please
Nor
don't.
do I even think I have the mind frame to, not today, to do that. Maybe I could at some other time try to really sympathize and put myself in that. I just really can't. That one's too much. But I've been in some dark places and I've had a gun in my mouth
No, dude.
No, I've been there. Life's. I didn't though, but I didn't. And then I thought, like, at the end, when everything's said and done, the reason it stopped is because of the phone call. Have I ever told you this story?
Maybe.
I never told you guys this. Oh, wow. I don't know if this is appropriate time or not to tell something like this, but I don't know. Since we're talking about, and that's why I'm always advocate for mental health awareness and stuff like that. And I probably going to try to get with CCW, probably put a show together for something like that. Because, if Anna can go out there and have the courage to run 2 shows now for epilepsy awareness, I could put a show together for mental awareness, right? So, dealing with Luna and all that, the Dark Side of the Rings aired. I didn't tell him half to cry. I held back on so much stuff. I wouldn't want it out there. But I'll put this out there because this is more about me per se than her. But it's us as a situation. Like, I didn't want to go, like, this trip to Nashville. A lot of things happened, Phoenix, but I went to an Athletes International Ministries, AIM. Was out there, and a fellow came up to me. This fellow came up to me, and he said, God sent me over here. I got to get your phone number. I said, yeah, you and Andy Warhol. But I'm like, I talked to God on his phone, you know what I mean? I just made whatever smart, sarcastic-ass joke I came up with. He kept telling me, his name is Jamie, and he kept telling me, no, I really got to get this number. I'm over. I got to get this phone number. And I ribbed him for like a half hour. Like, I'll give you my number. I don't know you. Because I didn't want to be there, and I was already angry that I was at this place anyways. It's a long story. I'm cutting to the short story. So I give this guy, finally give him the phone number of the house. 3 months later, now, and I was there with this Athletes International Ministries trying to make things work a little. We were like such a rocky relationship. It's all over the place. But I was mad. I was like not working this relationship out now. It was her wanting to work it out. She's found God and whatever. The course she was on the path, but I wasn't on that path. And I was mad as hell. 3 months later, we're home, and she's in the bedroom, and there's so much. I don't know how many days we've been up, but there's so much cocaine everywhere, pills, ecstasy. She's in the room throwing stuff. I've got to kill myself, And this is not like she's schizophrenic, bipolar, whatever you want to name it. It was, and so. She was in there, and I was just like, the day before this, the lead up to this day, we were arguing about something, and I just went in the living room and quit arguing. I was tired of arguing, right? So I went in the living room, and she pulled the gun out. It was a 9mm, it was Glock. And she goes, I'm going to kill myself. And I go, I don't care. Like, I didn't know what to say anymore. Like, and I don't mean to sound terrible, but I was like, she goes, I'm going to kill you. And I said, I don't care. And I turned the TV up a little bit more, and she put the muzzle in the back of my head, boom, And I just didn't move or nothing. I'm like, I was just so done. Like, and she goes, I'm going to do it. I go, I don't care. And then she put her knuckle, so she put the gun, like, her back of her hand to my head, and actually fired the weapon into the wall. And I didn't budge or anything. I thought, oh, I'm still here. I turned the remote. I turned the TV up even louder and started watching. You don't care. Like, God, at this point, it was a desperate time. I didn't care. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to fix this. I didn't know how to get out of this. I've loved her so much, but our life is just spun out of so much control. It's ridiculous. And it's just embarrassing, but it happens. So if you're out there and this has happened, it happens to everybody. You got to, seek some help, talk to somebody. Don't just get crazy. And I don't want to use the word crazy, but don't just get so desperate you do something that you're going to regret for the rest of your life, or you hurt your family members. So the next day comes. There hadn't been no sleep yet or anything like that. Still she's in that room. Now we're back to where we were. She's in there like throwing some, I just want to die. Fuck. You know, F this, F that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just sitting in the living room. It's like 3 a.m. I'm like, I can't do this anymore, you know. And I get the gun, you know. I get it. I take it, and I sit outside that door, which felt like a lifetime. But it might have only been 5 minutes, but it felt like forever. Just, I'm just going to go in here and end this. I'm going to take her life, then I'm going to take my life. That's it. I can't do it anymore. She'll be happy, and I won't have to. I'll just have silence, whatever. You know, I don't know. I'm not rationalizing anything. Like, by this time, I hadn't been doing any more drugs or anything like this. I just didn't know what to do. I'm just sitting there. I've been staring at the TV for like felt eternity. Like it was like MTV or something was on, some kind of music station with videos. So I don't know if it's VH1 back then. It's probably MTV still. So it's going on, and I have this in my hand, and I'm like, no, I'll take her life, and I'll sit there and wait for the police. She'll at least be happy. Like it was almost like in my head, I was rationalizing, like she'll be happy. She won't be in pain anymore, and this and that. And I sat there forever. It felt like forever. And I go, I can't do that. You know, what am I thinking? I can never hurt anybody else. Like I can never hurt anybody. Like, so I go and I sit in the living room, and I go, I'm done. I could take my life though, you know. So I was gonna kill myself because I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do any of this. I couldn't figure out how to get out of this, and it was a vicious merry-go-round that was broken and wouldn't stop. You know, it's broken merry-go-round. Sometimes it's gonna throw you off, you know, because you know, picture just out of control merry-go-round, without any harmony or any balance, and it just spinning like. Sitting out there, and I go, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm done. So I take the gun, you know, and I remember turning up the TV louder for whatever reason. I don't think like people are gonna hear it. You know, they're gonna hear it. You know, they heard it when she shot it the day before. But I turned it up, and I remember putting the barrel in my mouth and biting down on it. I can remember feeling how I could feel it like in my teeth, but you really couldn't, but you could. I thought I could feel it, and I could smell the gunpowder because I'd been fired the day before, and I was like hyperventilating, like trying to get the whatever to shoot it, to pull it, the nerve to pull. And the phone rang, and I remember jumping out of my skin like I shot when I was like, what? And the phone was ringing, and I'm like, what the hell? You know, like my heart's pounding, it's pounding. And, you know, I got the weapon in his hand. And it was back then we had the answer machine that you could hear when they answered it. Beep. This is like 3:30 in the morning. The answer machine rings, and it's that dude, Jamie. He goes, hey, man, I don't know if you remember me. I'm so sorry to be calling this time in the morning, but I was the guy that asked you for your phone number. Remember? I said, God said he wanted me to get your phone number. He said, I just feel like I'm supposed to be calling right now. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, I pulled that clip out, took it out of the chamber. I set that weapon down. I never touched that weapon again. Like, I was like, what the heck, you know? Yeah, so like, you know, so you could be in like some crazy dark places, and I've been there, so I know what it feels like to want to end your life or possibly feel like to end other things, and it's not the answer. And so if you're out there, please, you know, just call whatever hotlines or 800. Raymond's put numbers up before on our things and stuff like that. So suicide prevention, mental health, please just reach out to somebody, because there's people that have been there, maybe not your situation, but have been in some similar situations, and Mike can relate with you better than you just trying to relate with yourself by yourself, you know. So reach out to somebody. But
well, I'm just so thankful that you're here, you know, like that's
torture everybody.
So be it.
I'm here banging and banging just to mess with them. But yeah, but don't like the universe is so weird and higher powers and
that
stuff
is
like that.
So and I mean, speaking of help, it's not obviously exactly the same thing, but this past week with Moxley, you know, he went away to rehab. Right. So you shouldn't feel ashamed to ask for whatever help that you may need. There is help available to you. Right. You know?